Travis Mingutzel. Update on my lawsuit? There is none. All is still silent. All is bright, brown, young virgin, mother and child. Yeah, the church has gone into silence. The judge has finally been silent, pretending like she has other cases now. She's brand new. I was her first assigned case to do what Judge First didn't do, but did successfully save her life by prolonging it to the end of her term as she got fired for going up or allowing a church or a case to go against the church. But no need to worry, Mormons. In that case, she was recused from after she got fired for allowing it to go through, and the new judge is purposely allowing it to extend indefinitely, if not waiting for the defense to come up with something, anything to justify dismissing the case again. But yeah, the church is silent. Last time there was a bombshell dropped for the lawyers to notify their clients about. The church leaders came out and revealed that they had been contacted by their lawyers. This time there's silence. And so if you've not paid attention to my other videos where I talk about what happened in that latest filing, I exposed the church as satanic, symbol of Lucifer. Everybody knows it. Why don't you Mormons know it? Why are you getting mad at me for exposing it? And then also indicated that the church controls the government here in Utah, both state and federal, as I gave examples and also pointed out the Seagull Gate symbolism. Seagull Gate is an arch with a keystone. The keystone in and of itself is a 3-layer statue with a foundation stone of the inverted pentagram pointing directly at the state capitol. And then the capstone is the scavenger bird of the seagull dominating the whole thing, having conquered Joseph's beehive industry. That's what the symbol means, Mormons. Satanists know it, and you get mad at me instead for saying, hey, this is what the Book of Mormon even tells us the symbolism means. Remember the Nephites and the Lamanites? Nephites were industrious like bees, and that's where Deseret came from, was the Jaredites. And then the Lamanites were lazy, scavengers, didn't want to do farming. They wanted to control the Nephites and have the Nephites give them tribute, as the people of Zoram and then King Noah had to do, as one of the case examples of being under the control of the Lamanites. And so has nothing to do with racism, as some have supposed, and even Brigham Young supposed, to justify taking away the priesthood from the blacks. But yeah, I shocked the clerks. If you've also missed that video, the clerks finally complied and did their job properly with my latest filings. And so yeah, I know very well they were like, oh crap, we better do it right this time. But in so doing, they've confessed to not having done it right, and therefore became the third strike against the church, because they confessed. If you're making changes because you've been doing it wrong, and it's on the docket that you've been doing it wrong and are now doing it right, you've confessed. So, strike 3. The church is out. But I'm just waiting for Oberg, because she's gone silent too. She's been responding the very day of or the next day until now. All of a sudden, she's like, oh crap. He just implicated me. Because yes, she was hired specifically to do the church a favor, though, if she wants to keep her job. And so yes, I again went over Judge First and her firing, and my case, and what she did and what she did not do in my case. So yeah, it's over. The defense counsel filed late. It's on the docket that they filed late. And I used the docket to show Judge Oberg that she was wrong, that it confirms that I had filed and that the clerks didn't file it. That was the first strike, was that they filed late. Second strike was Judge Oberg having denied the default entry and the motion to strike. I had to therefore respond to the defense's motion to dismiss. And in their motion to dismiss, they confess that the church is guilty by not responding to each and every one of the 46 counts. Instead, they chose to generalize it and say, this is all just frivolous. And then quoting law things, and I didn't even give a statement for relief. And so I pointed out to the judge, I had a whole category with the title, Statement of Relief, at the end of the document, and blah, blah, blah. And they're just trying to get away with the crimes of their client, and thus committing crimes themselves. And so, yes, I also had a motion that was put in again on Monday, pointing out their crimes. They attempted to murder me. They're attempting to delay this case. They're attempting to tamper with evidence, etc., etc. So those are crimes. Big crimes. Heavy sentencing crimes. I pointed out the judges and the defense counsel are being held to a higher bar and standard than me. I'm just a citizen. So, yeah, she's thinking about it now. I hope she's not trying to find fault with my motions so that she can justify dismissing them, purposely delaying the time until she can figure out a way to dismiss them, as she's been doing. Because I pointed out to her, if she does that, she's a traitor. She's committed treason. And the violation similar to the defense counsel, where she's purposely tampering with the case as a judge. So, yeah, this is for all the marbles, guys. This isn't some little frivolous thing of, oh, I got a wounded knee. I want lots of money. Give it to me. No, this is to shut down the church. It's for everything. They must close. They cannot exist. What they've done to me were capital crimes. And I pointed out to the judge, you must give the order for a bench warrant for everyone involved against me in my complaint. And you don't need me to put in a motion for that. And so, yes, the church is silent. Lawyers are silent. The judge is silent. The church, or the clerks, are compliant. And so now we just wait and wait and wait and wait. If you don't know that church hymn of Mormons, it's Pioneer. Well, it's probably a primary song. I don't think it made it to the hymns yet. It's Pioneer Children sing as they walk and 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 walk. That's how we children would add to it. So, alrighty. That's it. I have to wait till after midnight to find out if the judge finally gave an order. I am kind of curious because one of the people listed in the complaint as having threatened my life, especially over the weekend, as I reminded them of it, provided them the evidence thereof, he showed up to work. As you know, coronavirus is now worse than ever. What better time to send everybody back out to work, to socialize, as the coronavirus is worse? And so, yeah, he now poses a threat because he's from the outside. He's not from this apartment building. And so he's now here exposing us to potential coronavirus when so far we've been protected from it. He now poses a physical threat to our lives by showing up to work, as he supposes. He's not supposed to, and I've been fighting them on this several years now. But, yeah, he threatened my life on March 13th, along with the landlord. And that was part of the reminder, because it's in my lawsuit. And interesting thing is that he didn't stay the full shift. He showed up at 10 again, like he did Monday. But Monday he stayed till 4, the full shift time. Today he didn't. He only stayed till 2. And then after 2, he left. Which was very curious. I don't know if it has anything to do with the case, because he's supposed to be arrested. The clerks will be giving notification to the church first, because if it's after 12, the docket online shuts down. I have to wait until after midnight to find out if anything was put on the docket after noon. And so, if there was something done today afternoon, it may relate to why he left early, rather than sticking it out till 4, the extra 2 hours. Because he only does part-time, really. Used to be Monday, Tuesdays, a partial day on Wednesdays, because he was helping certain people with errands, and then Thursdays. So how many is that? 6 times 4 is 24. So that's part-time work for a week. So he's limited on hours, I guess, but it's coming back more and more. Maybe that's what they're doing, is slowly increasing his hours again. But it's stupid, because his bosses are trying to have him murdered, because coronavirus is worse than when he was staying home, claiming that he needed to protect his daughter from coronavirus, and pulling her out of school before Governor Herbert canceled school. Oh, my daughter, I gotta protect my daughter. Well, what about now? How are you protecting your daughter now? Did she happen to have died and so you just don't care anymore? Yeah. So, alrighty. That's the update. So I have no idea if Percy is leaving today at 2 rather than staying until 4 has anything to do with the lawsuit or not. But yeah, the church will be notified first, because they will have access to the clerks who have exposed themselves as having supplied information to the church and protecting the church by manipulating the documents and stuff of mine. So, yeah. I haven't been assassinated yet. You'd think they'd do that to close the case, because, judge has no choice. He's dead. He said he would die, and he had death threats, but he's dead, so the case is over. I guess he was right. Oh well. Next. But yeah, nobody shows up. Nobody's coming to kill me yet. Everybody's silent. But you do understand that Temple Square is full of satanic imagery, symbolism, and that the South, Dixie, has Dixie College, DSU, that's from the South, Confederates, that's what it means. And I've told you the church history on the Illuminati. They infiltrated the Scottish Rites, rose up in the Scottish Rites, were going to take over America through the government process of taking over positions in government, rising up into prominence, and taking over the presidency. Smiths foiled that plot in 1826. Smiths are heroes, and yet Brigham Young has turned it around to turn Joseph Smith into a villain. As ex-Mormons and anti-Mormons focus on vilifying Joseph Smith, and forget all about Brigham Young for the most part. That's how successful Brigham Young was at pulling it off. He had Joseph murdered along with Hiram and got away with it. And got everybody to blame Joseph. That's how intelligent this evil enemy is. They infiltrate, rise up in prominence, take over the organization. When they get foiled, they go underground, infiltrate another organization, do the same thing, over and over and over again throughout history. And so, first it was the Illuminati. The Germans finally clamped down on them. They then infiltrated the Scottish Rites, came to America, infiltrated our Scottish Rites. The Smiths stopped them. They then went to the South to be a part of the Confederate movement to go against the United States in the Civil War. And then the North won, so again they went underground, became the KKK, and again went underground, became they were Democrats after Confederates, and then KKK, and then Nazis, and then GOP, and they still leave people behind in the various organizations who remain silent and don't make a fuss within that organization so that people forget about it, and so they have plausible deniability as a result. And so the church was from the Scottish Rites, and they've been able to successfully do a lot of their early conversions from the South as a result of that, and that's why. Because they recognized the symbol of Lucifer. They knew of so here we are. America getting destroyed, just as the Smiths warned us about. That's why they wrote the Book of Mormon. They had to do it in code because of the threat from 1826. I mean, these guys murder. They destroy your life if you don't do them, if you aren't silent. And if you speak out, they will eventually murder you. They give you warnings at the beginning, then they murder you. So I've already been given my warnings. So yeah, I'm expecting the murder anytime now. That's just how they operate. They've been doing it since the beginning. So, and here I am trying to warn you guys, trying to teach you. The church is bad. It needs to be restored. And crickets, Mormon crickets. I do have to add this one anomalous, coincidental timing situation. Before, when we were waiting for a judge's response, on my old channel, a guy was reaching out to communicate with me. And I recognized his manner and responded to find out if he was anti or what. It turns out that he was a spy for the lawyers. And so he's gone away. Today, as we're waiting, a woman now shows up. She doesn't have a photo, and she's doing more investigation about the corruption of the church, the symbols of the church. And so that's very interesting. Timing, wouldn't you say? So I'm keeping an eye, and I'm obviously watching what I'm saying, not to disclose information that can be used against me in a court of law, but also continue to add shame to the church, like I did with exposing the lawyers. Unbelievable. So it's not going to be surprising that this, I think her name was Anna, may turn out to be a spy as well. But again, I let people know I have ways to communicate with me in real time. I have a new channel that I'm using now, and they never go that direction. And that's a big clue that they really have no interest. They're just there to investigate, shall we say. So I am watching that. And so, yeah, I have to check the timing of her. Hold on a second. Let me find out. Random News is, I haven't seen you posting Random News. I've missed your poetic justice comments. But he's communicating with me through email. That's why I know he's legitimate. It's because he's doing the process that I indicated to him. Let's see. There she is, Anna Sampson. And it was 3 hours ago. Oh, right at noon. Oh. So yeah, this could be a connection here. I'm adding it now. She replied to my LDS Mormon church to be Illuminati church. And on my old channel. And this is her reply to the previous reply to her original comment. She says, I live 10 blocks down from the Salt Lake Temple. The building is full of pyramids and diamonds. Is it a federal government building? Interesting that she would refer to it as a federal government building when that wasn't brought up. Huh. In that same video, what video? They seem to be similar to the federal government. What video? Is it my video that you're referring to on this old channel? And so she now tries to bond with me. It was creepy to watch. Oh, you're siding with me. You're trying to bring me emotionally involved on your side. Isn't that interesting? Anna Sampson. And Samson, by the way, with the P, the Samson from the Bible that I've been talking about doesn't have a P. And so, yeah, these are clues that I'm looking for to weed out and expose the frauds. Yeah, so now she talks about, I have been denied church welfare lots of times before. The head lady of that church. Oh, you're not Mormon and you've lived here 10 blocks away from the Salt Lake Temple? And you don't know about the Mormons? And yet the Relief Society president has approached you for a food order? And you don't know about the church? You don't know her title? See what I'm saying? The head lady of that church building sent me a card during this pandemic. I called to say thank you. The head guy answered his wife's phone. The head guy, you mean the bishop? Or are you referring to, I don't know, maybe the wife is the Relief Society president and the husband's the bishop. It's usually not the case because members usually get upset. But the first thing he said was, do you need a good order? I think it's just a typing error for food error because she does mention food after this. No, it felt like he was feeling in charge of the world and powerful. Asking for a food order? Come on. I don't want satanic food. And that refers to the previous comment that I made, so don't think that it's added in. The federal government, however, is added in. Are they going to kill me for it later on? Oh, definitely. They're killing me now with this coronavirus. I hung up on him. I am scared because I did that. They are powerful people. You don't even know them. So, yeah, I responded that the chocolate milk is good, but the cheese may be satanic because they don't put enough salt in it. Yay, my bill. Thank you, Xfinity, for taking $2 off my bill. That's right. They're eventually going to stop taking out money. Okay. Yeah, I kept the original price on that. So, yay, they're not giving me a discount this month, as coronavirus is worse now than when you were giving me the discount. Thank you, Xfinity, for your consideration. Alright, let's see what Random Muse is up to since I'm here. He's trying to find out if he knows my family. And so he thinks the good cells he knows are another good cell line that I told him about. May have known your mom's. Yeah, everybody would have known him. He was the. It wasn't the dad though; it was the granddad. Funny. So, alrighty. Let's try saving this again and uploading it now that it's now 30 minutes long, which means YouTube will hinder this. How dare you put Mormon crickets? We're slowing this process down. We'll show you.